make I feel.
Welcome back to Arizona Daily Mix. We want to talk about something very serious right now for families, and that is keeping track of what your kids are doing online with apps and social media. Joining me now is Katey Mcpherson. She is the Executive Director of the Gurion Institute. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. So let's talk about some of the apps that are out there that kids are using. Not only are they using them, but they're using them in ways that maybe we parents probably don't realize.
Right, so there are a variety of apps. All of them have the propensity to be good, bad, or evil. We can be unsafe on any of them, but I would say, looking at the graphic that you have up there, I separated them into green, yellow, red. Green being pretty safe and user-friendly. Yellow, I would start looking at the top app there, Musical.ly, and the bottom app, Snapchat. Those are areas where students are starting to get into kind of those unsafe waters. Snapchat is highly used. They have over 2 billion users that are teenagers.
Incredible.
Also used by adults, can be used for good, but what students sometimes get into uncharted waters with sexting and nudes that they send each other. Musical.ly is a new app that is lip syncing, and what happens there, the lyrics are pretty inappropriate, so you have 9, 10-year-old girls and boys on there singing and dancing to music that's pretty inappropriate.
And suggestively sometimes.
Yes, very suggestively. So in that red column there were some that are called vault apps, which are really unsafe. Those are the ones that they actually put on their phones to hide things from us as adults. And so the calculator app in particular is one that they like to save photos. So it looks like the calculator, but there's actually a password when you press it. So it's a decoy, and that's kind of a secret camera roll where they post and put things that maybe they don't want you to see.
It's amazing because there's so much out there. It's constantly changing. As a parent, how do you go about researching it?
Well, my advisement is anything that goes on your teenager's phone should be also synced onto your phone. So in order for them to buy an app, it has to go through your Apple or Samsung password so that it's on your phone too, which is a management piece for you. I would also say safesmartsocial.com. There's a parent app guide on that website. It goes through every single popular app there is, the green, the yellow, and the red. So it gives you 45 minutes of every app that you can think of and what the pros and cons are.
You also strongly believe in creating a family contract, digital citizenship for your kids.
Absolutely.
Talk about what's happening with the brain and why that pact is so important.
Well, when we look at typical 10 to 18-year-old brains, their prefrontal cortex is not formed yet. So we're looking at female brains are actually reaching adult brain growth at 22 and males at 30. So when you look at the decisions they're making online, the brain development actually comes into that in a huge way. So boys are a little more impulsive and risk-taking, and girls use lots of words. So you'll see lots of gossips, rumors, going back and forth on text on these apps with girls, and boys are doing more risk-taking things like posting things that are definitely going to get them in trouble at the school level, as well as videos of themselves jumping off things and doing crazy impulsive things. So
and one
definitely
of the
comes into play.
Parents should keep in mind is that their kids are literally, like you say, walking around with half a brain at this age.
Right. Yes. Age 11, it's half formed. So the prefrontal cortex, which is the decision-making piece of the brain, it's only half developed. So when you're looking at them and they're making these crazy decisions, when we think, okay, A plus B equals C, they do not have the capacity to see the C, to see the result. They're living in the here, the now, and the reward center of the brain. And so that's what you're seeing at home and at school.
So they are going to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
How do you educate them, and how do you get through that point of, allowing the mistakes to happen, but also encouraging them to understand that harassment exists?
Well, I would say welcome the mistakes. You want the mistakes to happen under your roof where you can guide and impact the consequence of those decisions, but also coming from kind of a non-shaming angle. I think we get really fear-based and we come at them with, oh my gosh, how could you do this? And all they hear is, I'm a bad kid. And so step back and look at the gravity of the situation and know that you have the ability to impact the outcome, and the school's there to support them as well.
Such great information. I wish we could talk longer, but unfortunately we're out of time. TheGurionInstitute.com. Take out the by the way. It's GurionInstitute.com. Katey, thank you so much for joining us.